Welcome back to Unlimited Reads. You're with Chris, and thanks for joining me today as I will be announcing a very special readathon I will be doing next year called Freida in February. I love Freida McFadden's writing. I have bought a lot of her books recently and I just haven't had time to read them, so I figured why not set aside a specific month to read nothing but Freida McFadden books. And she is fast becoming a very popular writer. It's only recently that she has had her first trade paperback sale with her latest book, and she just keeps churning out the twisty thrillers that I have grown to love, and she is one of my favourite authors ever, and especially in contemporary times. And yeah, I've got heaps of books here to show you today, which I'm going to be reading in February. I think I've got about 8 books to show you and read the back covers on what they're about, and it should be very, very exciting. I haven't done a themed readathon before, and I think it's high time that I do it because it gives me the perfect excuse to read nothing but Freida McFadden books and get through some of the backlog of recent purchases I've made. So let's kick it off with the first book I'll talk about, which is called The Teacher. Now I'll read the back cover to you with this one. Eve has a good life. She gets up each day, gets a kiss from her husband, and heads off to teach math at the local high school. All is as it should be, except last year, Kasem High was rocked by a scandal involving a student-teacher affair with one student, Addie, at its centre. But Eve knows there is more to these ugly rumours than meets the eye. Addie can't be trusted. She lies. She hurts people. She destroys lives. At least, that's what everyone says. But nobody knows the real Addie. Nobody knows the secrets that could destroy her if people at the school found out. And when Eve discovers the shocking truth, Addie will do anything to keep her quiet. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it? So looking forward to that one. This is only a recent release. Next up we have One by One. And this one says, Claire Matchett needs this trip. It will be a break from work and raising children, a chance to repair her damaged marriage, a week of hiking and hot tubbing with friends at a luxurious hotel in the woods, disconnected from the pressures of real life. Then, on a lonely dirt road, Claire's minivan breaks down. With no cell reception, the group has no choice but to walk the rest of their way to their remote accommodation, but the forest is dark and difficult to navigate, and hours later they are lost, hopelessly lost. As they venture deeper into the woods, the members of their party are struck down mysteriously, one by one. Are they being hunted? And by what? Or who? As Claire's dream vacation descends into a nightmare, something becomes clear. Only one of them will return home alive. Sounds pretty good as well. And this one's a little bit shorter. And next up we have The Co-worker. And this one says, Two women, an office filled with secrets, one terrible crime that can't be taken back. Dawn's shift is strange, at least everyone thinks so at Fixed, the nutritional supplement company where Dawn works as an accountant. She never says the right thing, she has no friends, and she is always at her desk at precisely 8:45 a.m. So when Dawn doesn't show up to the office one morning, her co-worker Natalie Farrell, beautiful, popular, top sales rep 5 years running, is surprised. Then she receives an unsettling, anonymous phone call that changes everything. It turns out Dawn wasn't just an awkward outsider, she was being targeted by someone close. And now, Natalie is irrevocably tied to Dawn as she finds herself caught in a twisted game of cat and mouse that leaves her wondering who's the real victim. But one thing is incredibly clear, somebody hated Dawn's shift enough to kill. Sounds pretty good as well. So really, really looking forward to that one. Next we have The Inmate, and let's read what this one's about. As a nurse practitioner at a maximum security prison, Brooke Sullivan is taught 3 crucial rules. 1. Treat all prisoners with respect. 2. Never reveal any personal information. And 3. Never ever become too friendly with the inmates. But nobody knows that Brooke has already broken the rules. Nobody knows about her intimate connection to Shane Nelson, one of the penitentiary's most notorious and dangerous inmates. They certainly don't know that Shane was Brooke's high school sweetheart, the star quarterback, the golden boy who's serving a life sentence for a series of grisly murders, or that Brooke's testimony was what put him there. But Shane knows. He knows more than anyone, and he will never forget. Another good one. Can't wait for that. Next we have The Locked Door. What's this one about? While 11-year-old Nora Davis was up in her bedroom doing homework, she had no idea her father was killing women in the basement. until the day the police arrived at their front door. Decades later, Nora's father is spending his life behind bars, and Nora is a successful surgeon with a quiet, solitary existence. Nobody knows about her past, and she'll do anything to keep it that way. Then one of her young female patients is murdered, killed in the same unique and horrific manner that her father used to kill his victims. Somebody knows who Nora is. Somebody wants her to take the fall for this unthinkable crime, but she's not like her father. The police can't pin anything on her as long as they don't look in her basement. Really, really good. Sounds really good. And the second last one I have is The Perfect Son. Let's find out what this one's about. All families have secrets, but some secrets are deadly. Erica Cass has a perfect family and a perfect life until one quiet evening, two detectives show up at her front door. Mrs. Cass, we're hoping your son could answer a few questions about the girl who disappeared last night. A high school girl has vanished from their quiet neighbourhood, and the police suspect the worst. Erica's teenage son Liam was the last person to see the girl alive. Erica has always sensed something different in her seemingly perfect oldest child. He's charming, smart and popular, but mothers have the best instincts, and Erica knows there's more to her son than meets the eye. She wants to believe he's innocent, but as the evidence mounts, she can't deny the truth. Liam may have done the unthinkable. It's another one that sounds really good. Okay, and the last one is her latest release called The Boyfriend, and this is the one which has been released in trade paperback for the first time. What's this one about? She's looking for the perfect man. He's looking for the perfect victim. Sydney Shaw, like every single woman in New York, has terrible luck with dating. She's seen it all. Men who lie in their dating profile, men who stick her with the dinner bill, and worst of all, men who can't shut up about their mothers. But finally, she hits the jackpot. Her new boyfriend is utterly perfect. He's charming, handsome, and works as a doctor at a local hospital. Sydney is swept off her feet. Then the brutal murder of a young woman, the latest in a string of deaths across the coast, confounds police. The primary suspect, a mystery man who dates his victim before he kills them. Sydney should feel safe. After all, she is dating the man of her dreams, but she can't shake her own suspicions that the perfect man may not be as perfect as he seems, because someone is watching her every move, and if she doesn't get to the truth, she'll be the killer's next victim. Sounds awesome. So all of these sound great. So we have 8 books in total, so it's a lot to read in a month. I think I can do it, especially since Freida McFadden's writing style is very pacey. She has a unique ability to spin a really good yarn with twists and turns at multiple places in the books, and it's just so compelling, and I figure I could average probably maybe 2 or 3 days per book. We'll see how that goes, and as long as I find some time to actually finish all the books, I think it'll turn out to be a very good month. But I'm really excited to be doing my first readathon, a themed readathon, Freida in February. I'm really looking forward to this, and it will certainly keep me busy in Feb next year, and I was happy to just devote a whole month to Freida McFadden. It gives me the perfect excuse to read all the books I've bought recently, so that has to be a good thing. But thank you very much for watching. If you like my videos, please consider subscribing and help me get to the 1,000 subscriber mark and beyond. But until the next video, guys, happy reading.